Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was pretty good.
A lot
Yeah.
better.
Hey man,
You happy
I
now?
really didn't mean to be like that rude last time. It's fine.
Fine.
We
Yeah,
good?
whatever, man. It's okay.
Cool.
Hello. Welcome to the video. You might have noticed it looks a little different. This is in specific response to myself about the quality of the visuals. God, I hope that fucking helps. I'd like to thank Canon for providing a webcam utility software, and a special thank you to my old DSLR for laying around with a 50mm lens, and reminding me that I could actually take it off and use it for other stuff other than taking painfully mediocre artistic shots. So without further ado, I want to make this video because I've not been exposed to Sufjan Stevens that much. At all, actually. I've only really heard about the whole thing, and I was recommended a new album that he put out, Ascension, and from the vibe of what I hear of it, it's not too different from Flying Lotus, who I love. So I'm very happy to get into it. Kind of excited, kind of want to chill out. It's been a tough week. And I hope this album gives me what I want. But yeah, before we get into the research part of it in this deep end dive, remember, as always, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you more. You made it here, and I'd love to see more of you. You seem like a really nice individual. And there is always a detailed review after I've heard the album multiple times in the description, right under the like button. So you know what to do. All right. Part number 1, research. Sure, let's just learn a bit. All right, I spelled that fucking wrong. So Sufjan is it's a name that I'm familiar with because it's Arabic. Persian name. Cool. We can argue about this for a little bit, but that's fine. Persian name. Interfaith groups are really interesting because I feel like they've got the right idea about the whole that there is not one answer to this incredibly debilitating and extra human question, let's say. And I tend to think that that's maybe true. That's the one question that has multiple answers just because of the nature of the question. Okay. Okay, grew up in the US, very cool. Electronica, lo-fi folk. See, he's dabbled in multiple genres, I guess. Cool. Oh wait, he Call Me By Your Name? That was amazing. Cool. So he contributed to the soundtrack. Often playing many of them himself on the same recording, is also known for exploring various themes, particularly religion and spirituality. This might be fun. Any particular stuff on Ascension? Oh, incredibly positive. Cool. Is the needle drop still not included here? It's kind of sad. Alright, the singles are America, Video Game, and Sugar. Sure. Yeah. I'm guessing this is going to be in 2 parts. So we're going to probably get into the music in 2 parts. Oh, electropop. Okay. Alright, so this might not be very, wait. So, okay. Okay, so it might sound a little bit like You're Dead, which is one of my favorites of all time. So, interesting. Alright. I think Flamago was a bit underwhelming, but that's for a different video. Part 2, the music. the things I do for you. No one asked me, I just want to. Fuck, that actually kind of hurt. Track number 1, make me an offer I cannot refuse.
Like the waters I cannot drink, I have lost my patience. Make me an offer I cannot refuse. Move through me. Show me
It's a really strange pop sound.
my dreams.
Okay. I'm quite surprised. It is very fly low, I guess.
Like a sign.
Wow. It's so grand.
Shall you refuse me? Show me the face of the radical dream. There's no time for severance. Make me an offer I cannot refuse. Shall you abuse me? Show me the grace of a natural king. Lord, I need deliverance.
I'm a little shocked. Yeah, I like this a lot. What's happening now? There's so much urgency in this outro. Oh boy, we're somewhere else now. This real, very real sense of forward momentum in this opener track is really fascinating. I can't help but feel like this will be one of my favorite albums to ever come out. I know it's a quick opinion, but it's pretty much right in my ballpark unless something like misses the landing completely, then I feel like I've got myself an album that I might return to quite often. This experimental, grandiose expression is something that I'm really attracted to, and if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I tend to lean more towards longer tracks and shorter albums. I prefer. Wait, what the fuck? Did I just fucking say the opposite of what I always said? Yeah. Wait, no. Shorter albums, longer tracks. Right. I like that. I feel like that's that. Unless I completely changed an opinion from my last video, then fuck off. Other than that, this sense of forward momentum, this sense of building an atmospheric storytelling is something that I'm really fascinated by and attracted to. So yeah, this might be interesting, and like the influence of the electro pop, and like there's this like slight psychedelic edge as well that's like bringing it all together and sort of removing it from the idea of just like bland streamlined expression. It's a great fucking start. Track number 2, Run Away With Me.
And I say, love, come run away with me, sweet falling remedy. Come run away with me.
I'm getting a cult leader inducting vulnerable women vibes. Oh, he has a lot of engineering credits on here too. Wow, this kind of reminds me of like Vancouver Sleep Clinic a bit. Well, I feel like this track sort of decelerated the forward momentum that the first track had started. It still escalated the stakes into this idea of being removed from a place or moving from one place to the next. Again, like I feel like the theme of the album is what the title track is what the name is the Ascension, and the Ascension is just, it implies the removal from a state and entering a different state, and it seems like these two tracks so far have perpetuated and moved that theme forward, but like in different ways, and like these like fascinating little like sonic detours, especially on the second track, where it's a lot more low key but still of the same ideals and pushing the same theme forward, albeit maybe in a different direction, but it's still a pretty track. I prefer the first one. This one was a little bit too repetitive for my taste, and the instrumentation was, while it was diverse and interesting, you get the feeling that it was going somewhere, but it didn't. But maybe we're only two tracks in, and maybe that's sort of saved for things that are coming later on, or basically just, yeah, you don't want to, like, there is such a thing as blowing your load too early when it comes to like exploration of like sounds in an album setting, especially, where you don't want to just give all the sounds away like off the bat. So completely understandable. Track number 3, which is a single, Video Game. What's going on? Alright, the drums are a little bit more bombastic off the bat. Very cool.
I don't wanna be your personal Jesus. I don't wanna live inside of that flame. In a way, I wanna be my own believer. I don't wanna play your video game. I don't wanna be the center of the universe. I don't wanna be a part of that shame. In a way, I wanna be my own redeemer. I don't wanna play your video game.
Yeah, the I'm 14 and this is deep vibes are overwhelming me right now. Yeah, the instrumental is banging.
I don't wanna be your personal Jesus. I don't wanna play your video game. I don't wanna put the devil on a pedestal. I don't wanna play your
Okay.
video. I don't wanna play your video game.
Yeah, so if I'm bringing it to a point of comparison, some of my favorites ever include a lot of the work from Flylo's discography, Tom York's solo work, and Vancouver Sleep Clinic's, like, I guess, mid stuff. I don't want to say the latest ones or the older ones, but I feel like when you're exploring such diverse and explosive sounds that are like so clean yet so expressive in the way that they are able to tell their own stories, that when it comes to the lyrical content, maybe this is one of those cases where less is more. If you get what I mean. I feel like the concept of the track could have been explored very, very potently without without this chorus or like the repetition of the chorus, it doesn't give me a sense of woke. It takes a little bit away from the track, I feel. But I guess if that's his style, I guess, and that's where he want to set himself apart, I would start to expect stronger writing, right? Because everything else is fantastic. It's just that the writing is not on par with the music. Track number 4, Lamentations. Alright, I like this. I like how fucked up it is. The manipulation of the vocals adds so much to it, actually. It feels like a two-way conversation as well. Feels like some kind of deity conversing with a person and sort of demanding this strange devotion. Or maybe capitalism, I don't fucking know. Wow. I love this part. Feels like the whole song just opens up when the drums sort of disappear and fade. Interesting. Yeah, this track I guess addresses some of what I felt was lacking in the first one, where I feel like this track is more of a solid effort, and I'm starting to feel like this might be a repetitive problem where, because of the 1 hour and 20 minute runtime, that there might be some tracks that could have just been shaven off. But yeah, this is definitely one of the stronger tracks. It has a way more consistent writing, and it really integrates well with the instrumental, and it all is sort of just brought together to sort of express a larger theme, and it's also addressing I guess a narrative a little bit more in a little bit more of a straightforward way rather than a non-confrontational way, I want to say. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, let's just go into track number 5, Tell Me You Love Me.
My love, I lost my faith in everything. Tell me you love me anyway. Tell me you love me anyway. Tell me you love me. My love, I feel myself unraveling. Will last forever.
I love it.
Making such a mess. What's the point of it when everything's dispossessed? Can we carry this love across the desert?
The wash, the unsureness, the this imaginary back and forth. I can't imagine what a Sufjan Stevens live show might be like. Yes. Yeah, this track is amazing. Honestly, it's I mean, I think he's found a way to sort of explore a fucking tired subject matter, but like just explore it in a contextual way, and sort of approach it in a way where you're giving the topic a little bit more of yourself rather than using the topic to push your own music forward, right? It's a very very skilled approach to into just making these songs. Like it's and just like thematically speaking, the whole thing ties together in a superb way, which is still really really fascinating that the single track Video Game is the one that belongs the least on this album. So far, like I would rather have not heard it, to be honest. Cause the tracks that preceded and the track that like like all the other ones are just so much more potent and so much more alive that it almost feels like a lull, but I guess that's also thematically ties into the dull nature of the theme of the track, and not wanting to engage in like hierarchical society or whatever. That's fine, but I don't know, I feel like the track suffers still from that. Track number 6, Die Happy.
I wanna die happy.
Oh, really bringing it down from the last track as well. It feels like it all, like, these two at least tie together pretty well.
Wanna die happy.
Wow.
I wanna die happy.
Wow. Way to bring it down. My God.
I wanna die happy.
The instrumentation is building up and it's... Wow.
I wanna die happy. I wanna die happy.
Ooh, it's building up around you. And it's gonna take you. Not necessarily places you wanna go. Hmm. The keyboards. Man, I'm being brought back into Mogwai rock action right now. My favorite.
I wanna die happy.
What a sobering, sincere, uncomfortable moment. Like, the repetition of the statement is like it really really goes over you like a mantra. Like, it really just, I'm gonna make that comparison a lot. It really just fucking hits you over the head so much with it until something really fascinating happens where the words don't just not mean anything anymore. They actually resonate really really deeply within the self, and you start thinking like this is like a, I guess, the most deepest and most fundamental human desire, that it's not necessarily to live a happy life, but to be satisfied with the one that you had. and it's bringing up a lot of uncomfortable personal moments for me. It's wonderful. The instrumentation carries it over so perfectly. Perfect, amazing track so far. My absolute favorite from the ones that I've heard. There's just so much happening here in material depth, expression, and it's just everything. Jesus fucking Christ, this is good. This track was fucking excellent. Man, more of this. See what I mean when the lyrics, like when the writing is like, the writing sometimes is like when less is more in this particular genre or like type of music. It goes over so much better, at least in my opinion. I feel like allowing you to think of what this song means to you, because when you're relating to these psychedelic sounds, you're relating to them at such a fundamental level, because it is something that comes from within, that it's important that you create your own relatable experience rather than being told what the artist feels, because at the end of the day, once it leaves the studio, it is no longer theirs. It's ours, comrade. All right. Track number 7, Ativan. If that's how you say that.
I woke up in stereo, spent the day in vertigo. I could not get the spirit off my back. Put my feelings on the table, eat my heart out if you're able. Separate the fever from the fact. So much for the afterglow. I feel bad. Shut the shades to make
There's this real urgent feeling to it.
your face to make it softer. Tell the shadows
I love how it moves forward in a surprisingly energetic way.
Is it all for nothing? Is it all part of the plan? Tranquilize me and revise me Is it
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm getting the anxiety. Where are we going now? The string section feels so fucking final. So fucking subdued. Man, this perpetuating sense of hopelessness and despair is making me feel pretty good about the fucking album, dude. It's again like it's exploring all of these wonderful directions while exploring these themes of like anxiety. This track specifically, and this forward momentum that's taking you somewhere where it's like it's moving you forward, and then it leads you to the moment where I want to die happy, but then like it's just like this momentary moment of despair, and then you exit it again to sort of enter a search for happiness and whatever, and you find it through drugs that help with anxiety and whatever, and on top of all that, it's a building perpetuated anxiety attack that just moves forward and forward and forward until it leads you nowhere. And I feel like where this album narrative is taking me personally is that as we've come to explore all these surrounding areas of consciousness, that at the end of the day, it's just that the nature of the world and the nature of the emotions that one is experiencing leaves you at the end of the day with nowhere to go but up through Ascension, right? And I feel like that's what it's building towards, and it's taking me with it in a really, really fascinating way. we're gonna do the next track, and then that's gonna be the end of part 1, and hopefully part 2 will come out later this week. So stick around for that. Anyways, track number 8, the last track for part 1, Ursa Major.
For the love of God, in the shade of Ursa Major.
I guess we're starting to look up now. Not going up, but looking
For the
up.
life of me, I can't account for human nature. For your information, I'm the one for controversy. For the most of all my
Yeah, like the themes are getting a bit more cosmic in the music as well. I guess we're calling just like sci-fi or like nostalgic sounds, right?
and all the consequences from the throes of our persuasion. Lord, I ask us to
My God. Okay. Thank you for this. Wow. Okay. So Jesus Christ, this is amazing. Yeah, so as the themes of the albums are carried forward, now that we're tired of what's around us, it's time to like start to look up. Before you ascend, I guess, the first step is probably just to look up, and now you're looking up, looking to constellations and hoping for God and hoping for these grand ideas to start taking hold, because obviously these ideas of love and the impermanence of us and death and whatever, like all of these things are just landing you in this area where so much of it is not enough. And but I guess the sounds as well are just going into these like really fascinating places and like developing these like really interesting themes that sort of like just perpetuate the whole thing forward. And again, the sense of urgency, the sense of forward momentum is all throughout the album, that it just keeps going forward and forward and forward, and just pushing it on, and then just adding a little bit extra every single track. The stakes are going up and the stakes are increasing, and as you're moving forward, there's just more and more to expect. This album is like at least the first half so far has blown me away completely. I'm so thrilled, and I can't wait for the next, to listen to the next half. And anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again in part 2, where we'll have full opinions and the rest of the track list and a complete opinion and review and discussion of the whole thing. So thanks so much for watching. Cheers. See you in part 2. You know what to do. For fuck's sake, just go, dude. Thank you. There you go. And a like? Too much? Too much? It's fine. Just let me know if it's too much. Just, yeah. Thank you. But it really means a lot. Cheers.